So this is a spirit safe. They usually look like this. They're all made of brass. It doesn't really serve any practical purpose. It is not brass on the inside. It just looks nice. But this is how we take cut points. This is how we manage the distillation process. We've got steam controls here, which it's a very manual action. It just controls how much steam are going through the coils in the still, and that's how we can control the flow coming out from the still. How it essentially works, well, on day one, the alcohol vapor comes out of the wash still, condenses in the condenser, flows along this pipe here. It comes out of this bowl here. It doesn't actually look very pleasant. That's because low wines aren't very pleasant. And that is collected in a tank downstairs. The output of day two, which is this one here, that comes out of this spout here. This one we can actually move around, and this is how we take different cut points. So the first 15 minutes of flow, the 4 shots, they'll go into this bowl on the left. We'll just move it along for the spirit, so that will come over this way. We'll direct the spirit into this bowl, and then when we hit our correct percentage, we'll just move it back, run the rest of the day's alcohol into there. We monitor it because we've got some sample jars here. These have basically got thermometers and hydrometers in them. They measure the alcohol based on density, and that corrects for temperature variation. So at various points throughout the day, we just come up and check. This is very much a manual process. If we are not up here at the right time of day, you can ruin a day's production, basically. We've managed to avoid that so far. Just by running the still lots and lots and lots, we know if we get the spirit in about 9 o'clock in the morning, we need to be up here about noon looking at it. So it's quite easy to control. So this bluey green stain all the way around the safe here, that's copper sulfate. That's how you know your stills are having an impact. So stills are made of copper primarily because they used to be direct fired from below, so you'd have an open flame under there. Copper's a really good conductor of heat. It's quite a malleable metal. So that's traditionally why they're made of copper. Nowadays, we understand that copper reacts with some of the sulfur compounds that are made during fermentation, and it sort of strips those out a bit. If we were to leave those sulfur compounds in there, they'd concentrate down and they wouldn't taste very nice. So it is sheer fluke, but copper reacts with sulfur, forms copper sulfate. It precipitates out as a solid and doesn't actually make it into the final spirit. So that's why stills are still made of copper.